100 families is relatively new in the state of Arkansas. Heather, kind of explain what this is. What is this program all about? What do you all do?
Yeah, so the 100 Families Initiative, it launched in Sebastian County, actually, just over 3 years ago. And what we do is we work with families in crisis, and we work on connecting them to services and resources in the community. And so we have, a lot of partnerships, a lot of organizations that are working together using the collective impact model to move these families from crisis to career, and kind of get them on the track to long-term financial self-sufficiency. So there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
How well has it gone in the last 3 years?
Yeah, it's gone really well. So we have worked with, of course, several hundred families at this point in Sebastian County, and right about now we've got, I think, about 225 active families in Sebastian, and Tara can talk about the numbers in Crawford, but between the two counties, we have quite a few families that are making progress on a variety of areas, things that are circumstantial, like transportation, childcare, education, employment, but then also things like mental health, working on the recovery, just a lot of areas that it takes to get people to that successful point.
Tara, what is it like in Crawford County these days?
Well, Crawford County is a bit more of a rural county. We partner a lot with existing resources in Sebastian County as well, because some of the things we just don't have in Crawford County right now. But yeah, we have some obstacles of our own over here. Transportation is a huge one because, like I said, we have a lot of rural communities that just don't have access to those things. But we currently, at the end of April, we had 144 active families in Crawford County, with about 367 children being served. And so, yeah, between us and Sebastian County, it's over 300 families that are working with us right now.
Because the county is so rural, the outreach, does that become more difficult to find these families?
I think so. So you can definitely see, some families maybe slipping through the cracks, in certain areas, but we're trying to work really closely with the school districts in the county, as well as the local DCFS office who see those families, over and over again. So building those partnerships has been huge in getting those families out of those crisis situations.
Heather, how do you find families, how do they find you?
A lot of different ways. Here in Sebastian, we get about half of our referrals from DCFS, and actually our new office building right here is just down the street. So if they're over there, they can just walk a couple blocks over and here we are, which has been really convenient. And we've got a great working relationship with our DCFS partners that are trying to get these families into services that are going to benefit them. But then we get a lot of referrals from the court system, from the police department, from the hospitals. We do get them from the schools. More and more, we're getting people just calling and saying, "Hey, my friend told me to give you a call," or "My sister or my neighbor said call 100 Families, and they'll help you get some services and resources."
Tara, is it gone as according to plan, or how do you navigate through this? Is it day by day? Do new things just keep coming up that you have to just meet a challenge almost every day?
Yeah, 100 Families has been in Crawford County for a little over a year. It's been about a year and a half. I think they launched in the fall of 2020 in Crawford County. So it's taken a little while to get some things, streamlined. And then of course, when things start to get streamlined, then there's a new challenge that comes up. Obviously COVID played a part in that. And so that's we've been able to start having a lot more in-person events and things like that to get, more generated referrals for families that are in crisis to know about that we're here too. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge every day.
You mentioned COVID. What kind of a role did that play in actually reaching out to these families and having these meetings or these consultations or these face-to-face? Is that starting to come back now?
Well, I think Heather could probably talk a little bit more about that because I just started with the initiative in late February, early March. I came from DCFS, so I know when I was with DCFS, I worked with 100 families quite a bit, and there were, most of the meetings were on Zoom. So I know that there were some challenges there for sure.
Yeah, one of the bigger challenges that COVID presented us with was just connecting people to each other, which is a big part of what we do when it's based on collective impact. So connecting families to service providers that may have been closed down to in-person appointments or understaffed, or those families facing other crisis if they had a break in employment, or if their kids had to be quarantined. I mean, all of the things that all of us have been dealing with, but on more of a broader level. And when you're trying to get people into these services, and those services are facing the same challenges that the families are facing, it was really a difficult time. And then of course all of the meetings, not being able to do them in person, a lot of the trainings not being able to be in person, a lot of just that was a real challenge for us. But I think things are starting to open back up, and it's interesting because it's like a lot of stuff was on hold for 2 years, and all of a sudden the last couple of months it has gotten crazy busy. And everybody I talk to is kind of in the same position. A lot of it's good. It's really good stuff that's happening. There's just a lot going on right now. Yep.
That could be a good thing, because some of these families really had no place else to go, and during the pandemic, and now that that's kind of easing a little bit, and they're still struggling, at least there is a place for them to go now.
Yeah, and of course, we still are facing similar challenges in trying to connect people to services like housing, for example. And there are still residual challenges from COVID, but we are definitely back to being able to connect partners with each other and connecting families to partners more effectively.
Tara, I want to start with you on this, and Heather, I want you to answer as well too. But in the short time you've been there, Tara, what's the relationship like that you have with the United Way of Fort Smith area? How have they been able to help you out?
Well, United Way definitely is a good backbone organization that we work with. They definitely provide a lot of opportunities to connect to resources that they've already laid groundwork to. So that's been a huge, help with my learning curve that I've had in coming in and knowing who to reach out to, these events that I need to, know about, the people that I need to know with these services that are going to help families. So having that backbone organization like United Way that's been around for quite some time has definitely been a huge help.
Yeah, and I would second that. I've been, since I've been in this position, I've been a United Way of Fort Smith area employee for now a couple of years, and we are, to say that we're like a family, but it's true. We work together so closely. I was in the same office as United Way, the other United Way employees for those first couple of years, and getting to know the people who are there and the heart that they have for the community and how hard they work to build those partnerships, and the fact that something like 100 families just fits so well with their mission of building those partnerships and providing resources for people in the community. It just made complete sense for them to be the partner for this initiative, and they have really ran with it, and we just love being connected to them.
Yeah. Well, ladies, it's a fantastic program. Hopefully the best of luck with this. I do appreciate what you guys do, and I think a lot of the families appreciate it as well too. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you
for having us.